All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, my name is Akash Pamnani, and I work with Asher to code AR Gaia.
Hey, I'm Alexa Gentry. I worked as the product manager for this really cool product that we made.
I'm Tyler. Hi, everyone. I'm the product designer. I mostly work with the database.
And I'm Asher. I worked with Akash to write the code for AR Gaia.
So what is AR Gaia? So AR Gaia is actually a utility app, and basically the main audience that'd be using it are people who would be like lost in crowded areas or people who would live in big cities. And what AR Gaia does is it uses a camera, and using AR, we can find if you add friends and you can find where they are relative to where you are using the camera. So in our next slide, so we have Asher and I. So I live in Reno, Nevada. So I live in Nevada, and Asher lives in Seattle, Washington. So if you can see from right here, here, let me annotate. So here I am. Here's Asher relative to me. So basically, Asher's northwest of me. And if we go to the left video, you can see I'm in my room and I'm following. There's a green dot, and I'm following the dot. And then I went to my iPhone's compass app to show that where the dot is like pointing at. So it's pointing northwest, which is accurate because he's northwest of me. Since I'm in Nevada, he's in Washington. And then on the right side, we just have a quick video of just a feature where we just have the points on Google Maps just so you can have just so that you know where they are like on Earth. So you see again, there's me in Reno and there's Asher in Seattle.
So our app uses a camera overlay to attain an augmented reality where users can see exactly like which directions their friends are. So as you move your phone, you can kind of see like the dot moves to where your friend is. So the Google Maps API lends itself to even more clearly viewing where a friend is. So it basically marks their location with the dot as you saw in the last demo, and you can just see where your friend is on the map. So your location is only shared with friends, and friends can be cleared at any moment. So currently we have more of a follower system where you can basically share your location by just giving the code to your friend and they can see where you are at all times. But in the future, we hope to like make it so you have to add the person as a friend and someone else has to, and that same person has to add you as a friend in order to access each other's locations. And because the code is so long, we made it so you could easily copy your code and send it to your friends. So another good thing about the code being so long is that people can't just type in random characters and find out where you live. So that's also a great feature.
So let's talk about our progress. First of all, we started with brainstorming because, how are we going to know what app to do if we don't do that? We kind of had a lot of ideas. We were going in a lot of different directions. We were like, hey, maybe we could do a schedule planner that like uses known techniques to kind of help you be more productive with your rest and your homework. We also thought we would do a social app based on like interests and that kind of thing, or a tutoring app that helps you find a tutor, or a travel buddy app that helps you find a travel buddy. But all in all, we decided on Find My Friends, which was our original name for this. And so next, we finalized our app. We made our MVP. We decided that all we needed for this was an AR camera screen that works, the ability to get a user's location and show it on our Firebase database, and add a friending system so you can, find your friends. And then after that, we learned about React Native and Firebase, which are two really important things in the development of our app. We basically just kind of played around with it. We learned it pretty quick, I gotta say. We learned how to write code using JavaScript and also how to use Firebase and store various values into the data table that we have right
now. We also needed to focus on research and development. We needed to find algorithm or calculations to find like the angle between two users. And we needed to learn how to better use React Native and put it all together and use Firebase. Then we needed to test our product and make sure it worked. And we found several bugs and issues that we needed to fix and that we did. And we tested and got working the friend system. And then we need to make our app look better. So as you can see here, this is the old developer art version of the app. And this is what it looks like now. So a big improvement. And then we designed a logo.
So deploying our product. So we are actually in the process of getting our app approved. So it's so close to being published to the App Store and Google Play Store. Yeah, and can you move on to the next slide, Asher?
Yeah.
So we're so close to getting it published, and then I guess we could talk about our problems right now. So I guess like we had several problems, of course. The learning curve. So it was a lot of, we were not like experiencing everything that we learned to like, that we used in this project. So there was a lot of like learning and a lot of just like self-research that we had to do. Time zones, of course, was like an issue. Akash is on the East Coast, and we had to like worry about like scheduling like school and then like time to like work on the project together and like have that like work with all of our time zones. Online communication. So this was like, personally, I've never done anything where I've never met the people that I'm working with like in person before, and I've only like communicated them with online. So that was kind of new. And that was something that we kind of just had to learn and like learn how to like work with. And then we had lots of bugs. Like the one bug I think about a lot that we dealt with was the Earth is a sphere, and we tried to do calculating the angles about where someone is. We tried to do it like as if the Earth was just like flat, and that does not work. As a matter of fact. So yeah.
How did you guys overcome that?
So actually, we found a couple calculations online, but none of them work. So right now we had to go back to that until we can find a better fix.
Yeah. So right now it works. So the angle, it's more accurate if you are at least like less extreme of point. So like closer to the equator, the formula works more accurately. Is that correct, Asher?
Yeah, because the longitude and latitude are closer to being evenly spaced.
Wow, interesting. Awesome. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So in the future, we plan to add extra navigation features. So right now, our mapping system is kind of basic. It just shows like your location and your friend's location. So in the future, we plan to add like specific directions to guide you to where your friend is, just to make it easier. And we also plan to add sort of like a line feature. So right now, if you go to maps and you put in a location, it shows you like a solid blue line, which kind of guides you to your location. So we hope to add that as well.
Obviously, one thing we want to add is a better formula for finding angle between, but we also want to add extra security features. So instead of a following system, like Akash mentioned earlier, you both have to add each other.
Another thing we really wanted to add was profiles and profile pictures. So instead of just seeing a green dot, you would see maybe their Google profile picture or one that they set or that kind of thing. And also profiles would just be nice. So you can see it can be more personalized and feel nicer.
And then the feature that I personally like the most, and I'm excited if we were to add this, is adding landmarks and pinpoint. So basically the idea behind this would be if there's a famous landmark, you and your friend could like pinpoint that landmark, and both of you would be able to see that place on your screen. So for example, if I pointed to like downtown of my city, both my friend and I would be able to find where downtown is like relative to where we are.
That's awesome.